All right, great peace, great hope, great understanding. I have right here a picture on the Inflation Reduction Act. These being gold coinage, how if inducted, it won't affect clean energy at all. It will just benefit because you can see the higher the plant go and it grows and it stays steady, it gets more oxygen. So this is just with gold coinage, right? So you can look at that as a point of view. I like to hear you all's point of view on that, how you all feel this picture is depicted and how it shapes and affects your outlook. I just got a letter from Rashida Tlaib today, and it stated that she voted for the Inflation Reduction Act back in 2022 on how, getting rid of poisonous pills. Because I know, like in some places, like for instance, like they're starting to introduce it in Texas. Well, Texas is supposed to be a red state and Confederate state, but they have strict laws as far as you're not able to have certain benefits without going along with the program that, okay, if you are a disabled veteran, you're forced to take Medicaid or Medicare in the form of health care privileges. You're forced to take it. And that's not the outlook I want to give people when you're trying to get free from a system that is corrupt. Because, again, America is slowly becoming a technocrat society. It's slowly becoming a technocrat society. And it's not a capitalist society. It's more so a socialist society because if you don't do certain things that the government tells you to do, because it's a big government, okay, 435 reps and 100 senators is big government. If you don't do what they say, you will be jailed. Okay, even they will be jailed. Okay, so it's like people following the duck around the corner and don't know where the duck is going. This right here, I'm not sure if your reps or even signed the bill, or even sponsored it for an Inflation Reduction Act for clean energy. Just look at how it benefits us going forward. We save $60 billion over the next 15 years. We prevent deaths. We prevent hospital visits like asthma attacks, cardiac arrests, strokes. We prevent days off at school and work. And here's another one. Long product lifespan, technology development, low maintenance costs. So like the more they push this energy out in light of the Inflation Reduction Act, we're going to see like more technology get released. So like I can just bet on it, like they're just waiting on to see like what will be put on the market next as the stock market introduces and closes. But here's the video I want you all to look at.
Biden signed the Inflation Reduction Act. The controversial legislation has been praised by Democrats for its investment in climate issues and criticized by Republicans for raising taxes. But surveys suggest most Americans don't really know what all is in it. Lucky for us, our Noah Pransky is here to explain it. Hey, Noah.
Hey there. So,
what is in it?
The things in it, you got climate investments, healthcare reforms, corporate tax reforms. On their own, all of these are individually popular. And as the legislation turns one today, the president wants you to know who is responsible.
We've heard lots of debate about the Inflation Reduction Act.
The most important investment that we've ever made in our energy security.
The biggest tax hike in the history of our country.
But do you really know what's in it? Let's break it down. The Inflation Reduction Act, also known as the IRA, committed $500 billion over the next 10 years toward clean energy and healthcare investments. We're talking about tax credits for electric vehicles, for improving your home energy.
So, you know, if you have a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, like going forward, they're going to match what you, as far as like the stocks you buy and stuff like that, they're going to match you with a gold percentage. So like right now, I think I have a 3% gold match and 11% match. So like it's very it's very unique that they and outstanding that they call it the IRA. But let's just see.
And for companies that produce renewable energy. Also, insulin price caps, prescription drug reform, and Affordable Care Act subsidies. To pay for it, the IRA also included increased IRS enforcement and a 15% corporate minimum tax. The Congressional Budget Office found the bill would more than pay for itself. And in the year since it was signed, inflation has pretty much done what the president promised it would.
This bill will, in fact, reduce inflationary pressure on the economy.
We're back close once again to the Fed's 2% inflation target. But economists have been skeptical about attributing any drop in our inflation rate to the Inflation Reduction Act. In fact, not even President Biden appears to be making that claim anymore. At a recent fund.
So the next thing that they're going to have to do is find out how to get Americans free water output, because a lot of us don't live near creeks, and we don't live in like walking distance of creeks. So like either they're going to have to build them with new infrastructure with this investment deal, or, you know, they're going to have to hook something up to your house. Or if you live in an apartment, they're going to have to hook up something to the apartments. So that would be unique to see as well.
He said, quote, "I wish I hadn't called it the Inflation Reduction Act because it has less to do with reducing inflation than it has to do with providing alternatives that generate economic growth."
Wind energy is cheaper than fossil fuels. Solar energy is cheaper.
Regardless, only 1 in 4 Americans say today that they have a good idea of what's in the bill. And Yale researchers found that only 38% of America approves of it. However, when that same group of respondents was briefed on the contents of the bill, their support nearly doubled to 68%. The provisions are popular in the rare cases where Americans are actually familiar with them, which may explain the president's recent interest in barnstorming the country.
Folks, every Republican voted against our clean energy investment known as the Inflation Reduction Act.
Eager to talk all things IRA.
I mean, let's talk about branding. Honestly, at the end of the day, the name of it didn't work. Biden doesn't even like the name of it now. And you mentioned that really interesting survey that found, 68% of people approved of what was actually in the
Once
act.
they learn what's in it.
Right. Well, what about lawmakers? This is crazy to me, the reaction across party lines. Did people not know what they were voting for?
Well, I think lawmakers had an idea, but again, branding, right?
Yeah.
So it's part of the Republican brand to oppose anything that the Biden administration does. It's part of their Democratic brand, but nobody's really selling what's in it. And just to prove your point, this Yale study, which showed huge shifts in favorability, they mentioned the word investment and not spending. That's where we saw the popularity almost double. So again, depending what you call it, spending, investment makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, words matter.
Words matter. Indeed.
Matter.
Interesting.
As always, thank you, Noah,
See you
for
soon.
breaking that down.
Thanks, Noah.
So that's that. And look forward for more videos, and we'll see how this goes with the Investment Act.